Let's begin. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Very good, thanks, Evelyn. Very good.
I will be asking you a few questions to get to know you. We shall begin with the first one. What is the POP in your job? You work as a research and development in engineering operations and the CMX implementation manager at GlaxoSmithKline. What's the most exciting thing about your role and why are you passionate about your job?
Yeah, so I think generally being in the pharmaceutical industry itself is a big pop. I think it has a nature of experimenting and trying to improve whilst also maintaining sort of GMP requirements, and I think that's exciting in itself. We get to test the boundaries of new technologies, along with trying to maintain supply, patient supply. So that to me is very exciting. I think bringing the R&D space, the R&D manufacturing space into the normal manufacturing space, the actual global manufacturing space, is also a significant challenge. You know, we make products slightly differently, so that's very interesting.
Great, thank you for that. You will be presenting the topic of deployment of a predictive maintenance strategy across the manufacturing site and development on specific assets and equipment at the Pharma TechOps. Could you please give us an insight into your topic and what are the key touch points that we should look forward to your presentation?
Yeah, of course. So one of the significant issues is that a lot of sites in a network, you know, for Glaxo, work very much in silo. They take on initiatives that will benefit them solely, and my role was to deploy predictive maintenance and see where we could best utilize predictive maintenance strategies across the manufacturing sites, and specifically common pieces of equipment, so whereby we would get maximum benefit, and really just try and experiment with the usage of predictive maintenance and specifically machine learning in a way that we would see both qualitative and quantitative benefits.
Great. And what are the most important drivers of your current project? Functionality, time to market, process optimization, security, user experience, mostly cost, or something completely different? Tell us, what are the drivers?
I would probably say mainly cost, you know, driving the cost of failures, the cost of scrap product, but it also leads into equipment uptime, maintenance, lowering the amount of maintenance that we were doing, moving away from this continuously replace strategy that we kind of do. You know, oh, it's, you know, looks worn, or it's going to be, we'll just replace it anyway, and really listening to the equipment's health, listening to the equipment, what it's telling us. You know, we're recording a series of big metadata in our system, from our systems, and really this is about utilizing it in the best way possible, therefore freeing up time and also saving costs. So that's, I would say, the main two drivers. Equally, probably an undisclosed driver or benefit is that really we get to understand predictive software. We get to see where best we can implement it and how it will blend in with a pharmaceutical manufacturing environment. So I think that's also a hidden benefit, is this experimental phase, you know, whereby it's a bit of, we're stepping into the unknown. We don't know how it's going to perform when we look at compared to batch manufacturing operations. And I think that's a really big thing for the industry.
Okay, and what topics and trends do you see in the next year? What developments do you expect?
So I think obviously a big piece and a big piece of the pharmaceutical industry adopting the machine learning and predictive maintenance strategies needs to be embedded across the entire portfolio. You know, all the way through project conception, scheme design, detailed designs. We need to be thinking about this and how we're going to embed this maintenance strategy. And I think we can get in at the right area, then we can build a plant around that. So looking at its operational performance before the plant is essentially built, or before maybe the project has been installed. And I think if we can look at it at that early stages, then we can better utilize and better target, and also we can better standardize the equipment that we're purchasing. So a lot of the times we might buy 15 different pumps, whereby we want to standardize that across the entire network, and especially at a global scale. So where do I see it? I see it improving in small steps, but then utilizing the capabilities of the equipment in a very targeted areas. It's trying to embed a system into a slightly older manufacturing site. You might not have the connectivity, you might not have the information. The data might fundamentally not be being taken from the equipment. I know some manufacturing sites will still operate on chart recorders with a pencil and paper. That's not where we see maximum benefit. So I think definitely absorbing it into the new technology, the new project, is where we see maximum benefit, and also being able to really understand good case studies of where it's used and where the best places to use it are, rather than just trying to deploy on everything that takes data, because that's it's a bit time wasted.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of the interview. We're grateful that you took the time to answer the questions and help us create content.